Hey, Stevie GB here. It's Stevie Rocks. Hey, kids, rock and roll, rock on. Yeah. Today I'm wearing a sort of a Pink Floyd shirt. It's kind of a weird shirt. PI and the NK, I guess, is behind the other picture. FLI. And it looks like it says P Flow, but it's Pink Floyd. And the reason why I'm wearing that is because album number 11 of my 100 albums, the second 100 albums that I love to listen to over and over, and I never get sick of. Maybe not over and over, but I can go years without listening to them, and I put them on, and I still like them. I'm not tired of them. Pink Floyd. I was never a huge Pink Floyd fan. The problem with I had with Pink Floyd is like a lot of bands, they were overplayed, still are today. I mean, "Wish You Were Here" is a great song, but I don't need to hear it again. I'm done listening to "Wish You Were Here." But that's the period of Pink Floyd everybody talks about, right? Is the Dark Side of the Moon, "Wish You Were Here," "Animals," "The Wall." That's like their commercial chunk. I was more of a fan of the early Floyd years, the Sid Barrett, weird Pink Floyd, psychedelic, creative, experimental Pink Floyd. There were a lot of albums back then. Piper at the Gates of Dawn was the first one. Saucerful of Secrets, Obscured by Clouds, Adam Hart Mother, very strange albums. Sid Barrett went all out of his mind. I think he took too much acid and ended up in an institution for many years. Couldn't play his guitar. They would unplug his guitar during concerts because they didn't know what was going to happen. David Gilmour came in, started playing guitar, and became a member of the band, and they slowly eased Sid Barrett out of it. So that's what happens. But how bad could Sid Barrett have been when after he left Pink Floyd or they kicked him out, he came out with a bunch of solo albums. So, obviously there's more to that story, but it doesn't matter. If you really want to understand the early Pink Floyd and find out what they're all about, the album you want to find is Relics. Now, this is not a greatest hits album. It's sort of a compilation. The subtitle for it is Unusual Antiques and Curios. Is it unusual? I'm not sure what the word is. I'm sorry. I can't find it. All right. Well, look at the picture. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. I can find it. Just give me 1 second. I'm a mess. Uh, uh, I don't know where it is. I, Hold on. Technology is a challenge for me. Hold on. I'll find it. I'll find it. I posted a picture of it. I'm still here. I'm still here. Please bear with me as I go through this pain. The word is a bizarre collection of antiques and curios. You can see that weird picture. There's a couple of different album covers for the Relics. This was the 8-track album cover, which was in my box of 8 tracks. It's a very weird album. Like I said, it encompasses a lot of oddball tracks from the days of the early Pink Floyd. Opens up with Arnold Lane. Arnold Lane, such a strange person. It's cool stuff. And that was a 45. Then Interstellar Overdrive, which was from the first album, just totally experimental science fiction, weird Floyd stuff. The kind of stuff that they later experimented on a little bit more, obviously, in metal albums like Metal, which to me that's for me, Pink Floyd, the first few albums, although Adam Hart Mother was a little sketchy, Uma a little weird. I didn't really care for it. Metal was really my favorite Pink Floyd album because it's so diverse. Then they got into Dark Side of the Moon and became a little more, I think, commercial, but that's my opinion. But anyway, Relics is great. There's a lot of really cool songs on here. See Emily Play, which was sort of a hit for them in Britain. Cirrus Minor, Remember a Day, Paint Box. There's a heavy metal song called the Nile Song, which is really got some heavy guitar. See, side one of Relics is mostly the Sid Barrett stuff, and then side two, David Gilmour basically took over. So there's some stuff from the film More, the soundtrack to the film More, Never saw the film, but it's Pink Floyd soundtrack. And it ends with a very odd Sid Barrett song called Bike, which is just a fun, weird, crazy song with a bizarre ending. It's a very interesting album and probably one of my favorites. Relics and Metal are my two favorite Pink Floyd albums. I love them. I love those albums. And after that, yeah, I could do without it. Dark Side of the Moon, first time I heard it, sure. Everybody's blown away by Dark Side of the Moon first time you hear it, especially if you're under the influence of certain uh, narcotics, let's call them. It's like, oh, what's going on here? But after hearing it 85,000 times, you're like, I know what's going on. It's a little sleepy, if I can use that word. They got sleepy to me. The Wall was interesting. Again, I've said it before, not a big fan of most double albums. There are a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler in The Wall. A lot of filler in The Wall. Not really a pun, but almost. All right. Number 11, Pink Floyd, Relics. You can find all these albums on Spotify. Spotify is the greatest music streaming website service. $9.99 a month. You can even get an annual subscription for $100, which is less than $10 a month. It's really worth it because I haven't bought a CD in probably 5 years. Because now that I have Spotify, you don't have to buy anything. Everything's on there. I have not been able to find anything that's not on Spotify. I'm like, oh man, I like Peter Gabriel. Or go to Peter Gabriel, you get his whole discography. You can listen to albums. I've made a lot of playlists, and it's just fun. You could shuffle. You can listen to a whole album. It's a great service. I listen to it in my car. I listen to it at work. I love Spotify, and you can find Pink Floyd Relics on Spotify. And check it out. Whether you're a fan or you're not a fan, you want to hear something really interesting and different, Pink Floyd Relics. Thanks a lot, guys. See you tomorrow.